Okay, quick live stream today, Saturday, July 30th, 12:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully this will be a quick stream. It's okay, so Million Token. We'll just go over some of the community stuff first. I see we don't have any new proposals. We've got God's Million was approved to become an admin. It was a very close vote. I think it came down to the last day with just a couple of extra votes just pushed him over the edge there. So congratulations to God's Million. And next we have the Million pool at 17.68%. And I think I'll come back to that in a little bit later. We could go over Tech Leads. He calls it the airdrop giveaway, but you have to provide liquidity for Million Token on Uniswap, I believe. So we went over this last week. The APY is 97.22%. A couple of days ago, it was back at 100%, but I noticed we have now 19 stakers. Last week, it was 18. So, I mean, that's a really good APR, though. So if you want to earn that much APR, then go ahead and add liquidity to the Uniswap pool on the Ethereum blockchain. And then you have to subscribe here, connect your wallet and everything. TechLead's got the instructions on his Twitter page. And this is the top holders for Million Token. This top one, of course, is the Million pool with 366,000 tokens. It's like 14,000 more than we had during my live stream last week. Last week we had 352,000 according to my stream. So that's a nice bump up. Yeah, that's like 36.6% of the supply right there locked up. So they're not selling. And I was kind of looking at TechLead's wallet, how he's replenishing it. I think he put in 10,000 tokens recently into the pool, which should last 2 months or so. I think he put in 5,000 for the farming for Unicrypt. I think he said he was going to put 15,000 tokens in, so he might put another 10,000. That'll leave 20,000 left on the balance. So if he's putting in 10,000 into the pool every 2 months, it might last another 4 months at most, or sooner. Just something to think about. And some YouTube stuff I'm watching. Some technical analysis. Million Token's been in this downtrend along with the crypto market, and when it breaks out, it seems to kind of go down a little more. And it seems like it might be going sideways for now, since late May. Let's just say early June. It hasn't made higher highs yet. So what I would like to see is Million Token trying to break above $4. If it did that, then maybe we could start looking at some trends like this, some upward trends. But I wouldn't think like that until we break $4. But if we break above this sideways trend here, we might get resistance somewhere around $4.25 or so. But we would be making a higher high at least, and that would be something to watch for. I think the volume's still kind of low. We're kind of in a bear market. Just where we're at. The whales are still dumping. We had the AC82 whale. He's been selling his staking rewards, I think, on a regular basis. Nothing new there. We had one whale sell 2,200 back here, causing that big candle drop. And just recently, we had a whale, I think after that recent poll vote, he dumped like 949 million token. Whether he wasn't happy with the poll results or he's just, looking at the charts and thought maybe sell high and buy low. I don't know, but I think he sold because he wasn't happy with the polls. Anyway, and we've seen that before too. And a particular poll a few months ago didn't go a whale's way. He dumped over like 1,000 tokens, and they got bought up really quickly too. So basically, it's nice to see Million Token kind of go sideways. I don't think it's really going up with Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin's going up to like 24,000 as I speak, I think. Yeah, we're at 24,500 right now. And, you know, we still have that selling pressure from the whale on Gateio. Gateio right now, their balance is 19,367. So they've sold 1,354 tokens since my last broadcast. You know, at that rate, and they've got a balance of like 19,000, you know, it could take 12 weeks or 3 months for the balance of Gateio to go back down to like, you know, normal levels. So there is some selling pressure from that one whale selling on Gateio, which gets trickled down into the dexes. So even if Bitcoin rallies, you know, if we've got that mega whale who had a 4% or more of the supply, I think he's down to half or less. So maybe like 16,000 of his tokens. Bitcoin, you know, it's this, you know, I'll zoom out a little bit. So this red area up here, you could think of as kind of like also oversold, overbought territory, and down here, oversold territory. So this mid green line, you know, we've been getting rejected on for the past few days. We touched it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, almost 4. And actually, as I'm doing this video now, it looks like it's trying to break above it. Just barely though. So that's a good sign. So what's happened, you know, the last 4 days? Well, actually, yeah, we were in this like bull flag and had no fake out down below, and then the Fed came out and said they were only going to raise rates 75 basis points. The market took very well, you know, good news on that. It had the breakout out of the bull flag and continued onward, and now we're breaking above that resistance that we've been held down since July 20th, so 10 days ago. Now the Fed isn't going to meet, I think, for another 2 months, so I think the markets are going to rally until then, if they don't have to worry about increased interest rates. Now, if in 2 months, you know, if inflation's still high and the markets, you know, skyrocketed, I'm sure they're going to raise rates, but I don't think they're going to raise it 75 basis points or more. They might raise it like 25 basis points, and maybe the market could absorb that without, you know, drastically crashing or whatever. But so that's Bitcoin right there. And looking at the RSI, you could tell back in previous bull markets, we were above this like cyan line right here at around 67 on the weekly for the RSI. And now we got rejected on it back on November 1st. And now that created the bear market, I guess you could say. And the green line down here were good times to buy. So, yeah, this cycle isn't turning out to be the same as it was back in 2017. And looking at another RSI chart, you know, I pulled this up on my Twitter page a while ago. You know, with this double top here, it's more kind of like, you know, back here in 2013, although we didn't make a higher high, like as drastic as we did back then. But we had 2 peaks, and then, you know, 1, 2, 3. We had 2 double bottoms, and you know, the first bottom here at where the 1 is, you know, we fell another like 50% or so, and you know, maybe that could happen still for us. You know, if the markets tank like another 50%, the stock market, like if you've been following what Michael J. Berry's been saying. He's been saying, you know, the markets could still drop another 50% from today's prices. Then we could have a further bottom here on the RSI. And then when that reverses, we could call that, you know, the bottom's in. But another thing that you could look at is this moving average of the RSI. When this thing, the yellow line here on the RSI, starts flipping up, I think that would be, for me, a good indication that the bottom was in. And, you know, to have your fiat in the market, I would think. Looking at the yellow line now, it's still going down. just like it did at the first thing. So even if we're breaking out now, we could have a rollover. But 2 months is a long time if the Fed isn't going to raise rates. But even if this kind of turns up the yellow line, the moving average on the RSI, if the Fed comes back and wants to raise rates to curb inflation, then we're going to have, that's going to put too much pressure on the market. I think, I think Jerome really is focused on curbing inflation more than trying to save the stock market, but we'll see, because that's historically not been the case. If gas prices are any indication, I think inflation's coming down. I mean, it was getting close to $5 where I live, and now it's $3.91. So it's gone down about $1 or more per gallon. So that's good news. And, the HODL waves, right now we're looking at the short-term HODL waves. So, people that have held their Bitcoin for 6 months or less. When the HODL wave starts going up like parabolically, like it did right here, I've noticed, when the bottom's in, it's about the same price as when retail FOMO'd in, when it really went parabolic. You could see that here at these prices, and also here in this last double pump when retail really kind of FOMO'd in right about here, and the price has basically come down to where the price was before retail kind of FOMO'd in. And I guess you can kind of say that with the stock market, right? This is my concern. So, we had the COVID crash here in March of 2020, and then they just printed a lot of money. And in my mind, I'm thinking like that's just like retail money coming in, FOMOing in the market, pushing the markets much higher. And to me, if it would make sense if we came back down and to these prior lower levels, which would be in line with what Michael Burry was saying. So, right now we're at these prices, and if we drop 50%, we would actually be below even the lows of the COVID crisis of March 2020. And we would fill these gaps here that I've been watching at too on the daily. So we've seen how they've been filled on the Bitcoin gaps I've been talking about for months and months before anybody else was, and they got filled. So we'll see if the same thing happens with the stock market. And, this kiss of death, I think Alessio Rastani came out with a video today. And you could go ahead and watch that. But basically, I think if the stock market breaks below, that 36 line, or 36 something, 33 or 300 or whatever, then we could be in a higher probability of a longer term bear market. Doesn't necessarily have to be that way, but we broke the 21 moving average or EMA on the monthly. We rallied up, and then of course, if we break this prior low, then that would be the kiss of death. If we break down below it. So far we haven't done that. Michael Burry is a very, very smart guy, but he's been bearish on a lot of things for the longest time. So if you keep being bearish forever, you're going to be right eventually. He was quite bearish on Bitcoin. I think he was shorting Bitcoin and some popular stocks during their bull runs, which didn't work out too well. But I understand his arguments. You can follow Clear Value Tax, how he talks about the first few minutes of Michael J. Burry.
Michael Burry is predicting a stock market crash. He's saying that the stock market, it's going to fall 53% from today's levels.
Okay, so that was posted yesterday. And you can follow him on his video. And you could also listen to Stephen Van Meter. He talks a little bit about Michael Burry also. So I think that covers just about everything that's on my mind. If we start, I just prefer buying when the prices goes down. But if I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing. I'll be tempted to buy more if we break above $4, I think. But I will be dollar cost averaging very cautiously And now might be a good time to buy because we're at the lower range of this. If you believe we're going to go up, like this yellow channel says, and we're already at the lower end, you could buy, sell when it's at 344, and then sell the other half, let's say at 419, and maybe we come back down and test lower levels. I think the Fed just really controls the market, but I think overall, I think we're on the right track to make, higher highs with the market and Bitcoin. And I'll be watching that RSI for Bitcoin. Be watching the kiss of death for the stock market. And I see a couple people in chat right now. I see Kelly and Eternal and TKY. And Eternal says MM is all I care about. And Bitcoin's going to $30,000. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be a giveaway. I did message Don D this morning to see if he wanted to give away NFTs today, but I haven't heard back from him. I don't see anything on my Telegram account. So we're going to hold off giving out NFTs today just because, we didn't give enough people enough time to hype up and give you guys head notice. But I did want to make a video at 12 o'clock today just because I think it was a better time frame for people on the other side of the world. And even now we only have like 4 viewers. So this is a quick unannounced really live stream. But I did say last week I was going to try to do one at 12 o'clock today. So that's what I'm trying to do. And, I don't have any plans to do one anytime soon. But there was some new information that came out. And I think with the Fed gone on vacation for 2 months or whatever, it's going to be good for the markets overall. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you like this content, give me a like, subscribe. Feel free to share the content, and I will talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.